follow up on something that was, I think, was said here, but when new developments come in, how do we get involved to look at the issues, what they're putting in, how it would affect us, how it's going to look, is it sustainable, and so forth. So one of the things that we, as WeCAN, East Arlington Renewal, and I know Hannah, which by the way stands for Heart of Arlington, is a community group there. We try to look at, we want to work with the people, the developers, to look at it up front before it becomes an issue. And with that, coming to us tonight at their request to speak to us, there's a group called Palladium Development, and their representative, Linda Brown, would... Okay, so Linda's handed it off. So they can tell us who they are, what they do, and what they're planning. This will give us a chance to look at the situation, and we're very proud that they're coming to us rather than we having to seek them out some later in the process. Welcome, Andrew.
Sorry, it's running a little behind.
Thanks very much for allowing us to be here. My name is Kim Schwimmer, and I'm representing Palladium USA. They're a real estate developer. I think the topic tonight is on point, especially with our friends from the city that are here, who can probably comment on some of these topics as it pertains to new development. I see a lot of familiar faces. We've met with many of you one-on-one. There's Sue right there. Randy, we met with you several times. There's Rebecca Boxall, we met with you. I'm scanning the room. Alicia, we met with you. There's Councilman Peel. Nice to see you all again. Thank you for having us. So I'm going to, again, since many of you have not heard our story, I'm going to tell you about the company. I'm going to tell you about the two proposed multifamily developments, new construction, that we are planning in the city of Arlington. And then we're going to, obviously we'll have a Q&A from all of you. We'll talk about the developments and kind of the progress that we've made since August. We've been working with the city. Our very first meeting was with Councilman Peel, because one of the developments is in his district and it's probably of most interest to the WeCAN group. So with that, I will introduce my team. I'm so sorry. Linda Brown and Sarah Reedy are with Casa Linda Development Consulting. Scott Johnson is Senior Vice President of Development and Construction for Palladium USA.
Nice to see you all.
All right. So who is Palladium USA? They're a privately held company based in Milan, Italy, with a 130-year history. They operate in 6 countries. Obviously, we're part of the U.S. group. All of our U.S. assets are in Texas. We're known for exceptional quality in construction. I don't know if you can see some of these pictures, but I'd be glad to bring them around later. We'll be spending $200,000 per apartment unit on each of our 2 developments. We'll get to the locations and what we're planning at each of those sites. Everything Palladium does is Class A construction, high quality. They develop, they manage, and they own for the long term. So the folks that you're seeing here today are going to be the folks that are still involved once the assets are developed and leased. Oops, sorry. Very strong balance sheet and a great track record, $1.5 billion balance sheet. We've got 20,000 apartment units, we've got 2,500 in development. So some of our units, our assets in the U.S. are rather here in Texas. You've probably seen them. We have a 29-story high-rise, luxury high-rise in Legacy West, right next to the Liberty Mutual headquarters. We've got assets in Fort Worth, Aubrey, Van Alstyne, Garland, Anna, Glen Heights, Fort Worth, Denton, Crowley, Farmersville, Dallas, Palladium Redbird. I don't know if anybody's heard about the initiatives going on with the Reimagined Redbird. We're developing 300 units as part of that development in South Dallas. We've got development in Little Elm right across from the Hula Hut. We've got soon to be developed in Port Aransas and in Midland. We have assets in Irving as well. Gran Treviso is another building that you may have seen. There's Grand Venetian, so there's assets all over. We're not in Arlington yet, but we certainly hope to be this year. In-house property management, Omnium Management, as I mentioned, it's under the Palladium umbrella. So a lot of when multifamily developers come and talk to you, ask them who's going to manage the asset. It's one thing to develop it and build it, but who's going to be the one managing it? And that's going to be an in-house management company. Nobody cares about the asset more than the owner. So we've got 2 locations that we're proposing, multifamily. I'm going to talk about the one that I think is obviously closer, is in your district here, WeCAN. It's Blue Danube Apartments, right by the Parks Mall on Cooper Street. It's Fielder is on the backside. It's just south of Mayfield. It's a site that is actually zoned for multifamily use. It's about 6 acres. The other location, north of town, is going to be called West Abrams Senior Living. There we're proposing 90 units of age 62 and over, age restricted, on south side of West Abrams, right on Fielder Street. And I'll get to a more definitive location pretty soon. It's just west of Fielder. That one first. So I don't know if you're familiar with this site. It's about 4 acres, right off of, you can see Fielder Road to the right. It's got a park across the street. It's got some rental properties next door, some townhomes, and then the Channing Park neighborhood behind it that we've met with twice already. It's hard to see this site plan. I'd be glad to email a copy out so you can all see it. But this is 90 units of senior housing. It's hard to see. The buildings will be fronting West Abrams. We've got detention pond, which I know that's a hot topic, so we'll talk stormwater. We've got Scott that can address that. We've got a dog park. It's going to be a mixture of 1- and 2-bedroom units, 2- and 3-story buildings. When we met with the neighborhood, we had a different site layout at first. We pushed it closer to the street because they wanted a bigger buffer on the back. We're building a concrete, 8-foot masonry wall along the back to give kind of a buffer to the neighborhood. It's going to have dog parks, a resort-style pool. You can see some of these photos here. This is actually a picture of a very similar development up in Van Alstyne, which is in Grayson County. You can see a high percentage of masonry on the exterior. We'll have interior corridors, elevator served. All right, excellent. Knocked out amenities, resort-style pool, fitness center. What have I missed? Am I loud enough? Okay. So Blue Danube Apartments. So here's our 6-acre site over by the Parks Mall. This is one you all are probably most interested in hearing about. We're planning 120 units, a 3-story building, mixture of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms for families. So it's not age restricted, but it's so if anybody, it's open to anybody. We like this location. We like it behind all the retail. We think we'll capture a lot of those workers that would want to live there. Just like the other development, it will have knocked out amenities, fitness center, parks, things for kids, things for families as well. And this is the site plan. So it's going to be 4 3-story buildings. It'll all be fenced in. We have dog park, we have monarch butterfly gardens. What else can I tell you? So here's the list of some of the amenities. So again, fully equipped fitness center, designer clubhouse and entertainment lounge, business center, luxury pool, walking trails, grills, bark park, perimeter fencing with controlled access, state-of-the-art theater, that will be just in our senior development, social calendar with resident activities will also be in our senior development. Then we have a courtesy officer on site, so we will give a free apartment to a police officer who will be there to conduct, if somebody, let's say, gets locked out, they walk around the building and do security checks. And then we also have a CARES team. So we give another free apartment to a local couple that's part of a church. They come in and they act as professional neighbors. So they'll put on social events, there'll be a welcoming committee. So the apartments will be very luxurious, high percentage of masonry on the exterior. We'll have an articulation and variation of materials in the elevation, so for some architectural interest. Very spacious floor plans, granite countertops, upgraded 42-inch cabinets, wood-style flooring. Because Palladium owns these assets for the long term, they're going to spend a lot more money on the construction because they want it to last. They don't want to have to replace carpeting every time somebody moves out. They will have carpeting in the bedrooms though, because people tend to prefer that. Designer fixtures and lighting, upgraded appliances, and large balconies with extra storage closets. So what is life like at the Palladium? Well, just to show you some of the exterior amenities. That's a great room in Van Alstyne. That's a theater room. This is our senior development. This is, sample interior. You can see the upgraded flooring and granite and lighting. So just some of the interior amenities. I think I probably mentioned this already. Pretty kitchen, nice lighting, modern. And so, conclusion. So we have two developments coming through. We're seeking financing from the state of Texas for our development, and it's a very competitive program. There's 8 developments coming into the city of Arlington that want to do something similar to what we're doing, and we can't all get awarded. And the city's going to be kind of evaluating these 8 to decide which ones they're willing to support. So we actually need to have community support in order for us to have a good chance of getting our developments done. So hopefully, I want to show you one more thing. I've got a video of one of our developments. And I want you to just take a look at some of these photos. I'm going to pop it over to the video. Just a couple of minutes. This is the age 62 and over. Yeah.
Love living at the Palladium in Van Alstyne.
We love living here. I enjoy the people, the atmosphere.
Palladium Van Alstyne is an active, independent senior living community located in Van Alstyne, Texas. We offer beautifully appointed 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes with high-quality finishes.
My favorite amenity is the swimming pool. I enjoy that.
Of course, I love the pool.
We like to swim. We've been to water aerobics.
I believe the gym is my favorite because my health has improved so much in the year that I have been here. I go to the limbs class, which is low impact exercises, and I don't miss it. Thursdays are my day.
I guess my garden is the best thing that I enjoy. We have a lot of fun in the garden club.
I enjoy the library.
When I go to play games, we play all kinds of cards, dominoes, and things like that. But I like card games.
We play bingo some.
And I love the great room because of the events that we have in the great room.
At Palladium Van Alstyne, we offer a monthly calendar of events. The events range from bingo to potlucks, water aerobics, and movie nights in our beautiful theater.
There's something to do every day. I see a team spirit here that you rarely find.
They are very good at what they do. I think they're top shelf.
It makes it a happy place to live.
I encourage people to live at the Palladium because, like I said, I have tons of friends here. And when you get older, your friends are very important.
I would highly recommend it. When you live in a place like this, you get to meet a lot of new people that you've never known before.
I have recommended this place to a lot of people.
I would encourage them to really consider the Palladium because this is a wonderful place to spend your golden years.
So those are actual residents and the leasing manager. These are not actors. So just to show you, this is what we would propose on West Abram. The development on Blue Danube would be very similar, just for families. So obviously the amenities would be designed more for families, children, and so forth. I guess I know there's a lot of questions.
Yes, what would these apartments be renting for?
Okay. So you're talking about just either one of them? either development. So I'll start with the senior development, since we just kind of showed that. So our senior will have 1 and 2 bedroom, and you have to be 62 or older to live there. So that means if you have a small child, you cannot live there, okay? Everybody has to be 62 and over. So the 1 bedrooms are gonna go for, this is a range, and these rents are set by the state. $712 to $855 a month, and then the 2 bedrooms will rent from $855 to $1026. It's based on, the rents are based on income, and they fluctuate based on the number of people in the apartment.
Tax credit.
Yes, it is. It's a housing tax credit finance development, yes. So in our family development, the 3-bedroom units, the majority of them are going to go for $988 to $1185. I mean, these are higher, I mean, these are significant rents. People still have to work to be able to pay these rents. We're offering just a market rate type development and adjusting our rents really for the income levels. Yes?
Do you provide meals?
No,
No
it's
meals.
independent senior